Greetings, this is Tanish Springer, Douglas County Instructional Technology Specialist, and we are going to look at some strategies for communicating with parents through digital learning, as well as providing feedback to students. There are three strategies that I'm going to share with you today. One, adding parents in Google Classroom, using slides and docs as electronic binders, portfolios, or eJournals, and how to use the comment feature, and also looking at how to share a Google Calendar. So I am going to share my screen with you, and we are going to go over to Google Classroom to get started. So welcome to my Google Classroom. Across the top, the third tab is People. Click there. Under this tab, you have the option to invite a guardian. So if they are in district, you can type in their name. If they're not, then you can put in their email. If you do not have your student's parent's email address, you could send out a Google form to collect those email addresses or visit Infinite Campus to collect those email addresses. To see what the report that parents get looks like, I clicked on the gear wheel, and we're going to go down to garden summary. So I do have that option turned on, and you can click see example to see an example of the report that the parents get. So parents are able to see missing work, upcoming work, and class activity. They are not able to engage with students within the classroom. So we never want to add a parent directly to the classroom. We want to add them as a guardian through this feature. Okay. So that is one way to engage parents and have so that they can see what is going on in the classroom and help us keep their students on track with learning. The next method I wanted to share, I wanted to show you here, clicking on the three bars, that there is a calendar that is generated automatically through Google as you put due dates on in for your classroom, and you can see that calendar there that Google automatically makes for you. But I also wanted to show you the option of just creating a calendar. So you come here and you can create well, that's wanting me to do an announcement. But you can also add a calendar. So I'm going to go down here, and where it says other calendars, click the plus sign. And so you're going to create a new calendar. So you give your calendar a name. You can give it a description. If you have multiple classes, my recommendation would be, even though it gives them an automatic calendar within the Google Classroom, I would create one generic calendar so that to make it productivity a lot easier for me as the teacher. So when you give it a description and then you create calendar, next we'll be able to give it some settings or create the settings within calendar. So my demo calendar is now ready. So you have the options about auto accept invitations. This is the part that's important. Access permissions. And I would turn off this, backing up for 1 second. Do not show invitations. So if you're getting invitations, you don't necessarily want those things to populate on this calendar in particular. But I do want to make this calendar public. I'm making it public not just for Douglas County, but for everyone to be able to see the calendar, so that my parents don't, because they won't have the Douglas County login to be able to log in. And I do want it to show them all of the details. So taking this shareable link here will allow them to be able to share out the calendar. So getting the shareable link will allow you to embed it in your website or share it out through text, through Class Dojo, or however you want to share it. A lot of the times, the parents just go ahead and sync this with their calendar. Okay. Um, so then you have some other notifications down at the bottom that you can get about the calendar, making it public, embedding it, and then being able to customize some settings as well. So going back, so that's basically setting up your calendar. Let's look at adding things and talk about what you might want to add. So in my classroom, I would usually put in here things like started a new unit. So started a fossils unit so that parents know that that unit has been started. I would also go ahead and attach the study guide with that attachment feature. Add in any links that the parents may need to kind of have everything in one place for them, because we know too frequently that study guide doesn't make it home. And I also like the practice of giving it at the beginning of the unit so that they kind of know the learning expectations at the beginning and not at the end. So you save those changes and then they're able to get everything in one snapshot. As things are assigned and when things are due, I put both dates on the calendar. If it was a quiz, I would go ahead and put on there that it is a tentative date. And I communicate with parents that tentatively we will have a quiz on this date. However, if I have to adjust instruction, it might take place before and it might take place after. So that's basically using a calendar for communication. The last thing I want to share is using the comment feature within Google Slides or Google Docs. This little plus sign here, add comment. So I had my students read an article and respond to the article, but they left this part blank. Maybe they need more information or more support. So I highlight the area that I want to give them support on. I can type in a message to them. But the other thing that I like is that I'm going to go over here to PBS Learning Media. They have some different digital media resources. So I might choose a specific resource or I might give the child the option of the resources depending on, developmental appropriateness. But I can copy that link. It might also be a link to a video, and I can post the link directly in here. I could also add the comment directly to the student so that the student knows that the comment is there waiting on them. And so I could assign it directly to them. Or if it was a group project and I'm wanting to talk to a specific person, I can assign it to that person. This could also be used because the student can also comment if they had questions about something, or if the parent had questions, then they could add a comment and you could respond to their comment. And then this could be documentation of support provided. They could do this in a running Google document or a running slide and adding multiple assignments to it to give it that eBinder portfolio or journal feel to kind of have everything in one place. You could also provide them with a checklist for the week and rubrics to help guide them as they progress through their activities and assignments. I hope that you find some of these strategies helpful. Thank you for joining me today.